Hello, hello, and welcome back to Supernova. So, I didn't realize Build 2 came out. That was a surprise. Came out before I even recorded part 1. I downloaded the game, and then, Build 2 came out, right after, the next day after I downloaded it, and I just didn't check. Weird how that happens. Sleep doesn't afford me nearly as much clarity as I'd like. There's a bland breakfast waiting for me when I wake up, which I promptly consume, all while my thoughts race to make sense of everything that's been happening. Before they spiral out of control, though, I'm interrupted by Gil. Nick, Unbound has indicated that she would like to speak with you. She will be here shortly. Unbound? All right. I had just started considering talking with one of the Sentinels, but Unbound wouldn't have been my first choice. She never offered to in the first place, but even beyond that, I think I already know what she'll have to say in response to my doubts. As Gil stated, the bear gets here within 5 minutes. I'm dressed and sitting on the bed, waiting, when she steps into my room, this time without the use of her powers. Good afternoon, Nick. Hello, Unbound. You wanted to speak with me? With a nod, she surveys the room, then seems to decide to stay standing. I believe. I believe we should discuss your current situation. I clench and unclench my right wrist, eyes fixated on the figure and the figure etched into the metal of the wristband. Finally, I look up at the bear. Sure, then you really think I am cut out for this? You have the bracelet. That should be indication enough that you are. How does it even work? Did the bracelet approve of me, or did Templar? Judging from what you told us, which I am inclined to believe, it was a combination of both. I rub the fur on my arm, thinking. You said yesterday that I didn't really have a choice. That was perhaps an inaccurate assessment. It is not that you don't have a choice, rather, there is an obvious correct choice, and an obvious wrong one. I believe you know which is which. My stomach twists into a knot. It's scary. Unbound regards me seriously. If she feels any sympathy, however, her voice doesn't show it. A perfectly natural and understandable response. Nevertheless, I believe that you can, and should, work through that fear. I hug my arms and avert my gaze again. Avert my gaze. Was that how did that line go in Berserk? The do not avert your gaze. Was that the line? With Square Man, as I like to call him. I don't remember his name. It's becoming clear to me now that a part of me was actually excited for what I could be doing with this, but that feeling has all but evaporated now. Unbound exhales, looking a little frustrated, which does nothing to calm my nerves. Nerves. Nick, you have been given an opportunity most folk don't get, to do something great with your life, be part of something bigger. You haven't just acquired powers beyond most people. Templar is, a symbol that has inspired millions. He brought this team together. He protected this city, this country, and this earth against a myriad of threats. We need that symbol now. As far as I am concerned, to reject this call would be inconceivable. Shit. That is absolutely terrifying. Everything Unbound just said makes me feel so small and weak. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I couldn't be a goddamn symbol. I'm just a college kid. She told me herself yesterday that she doesn't believe I can live up to Templar. So why? My heart is racing. I know she's right. I really do. I think it's. I think it is what the Badger was asking of me, to take on this burden. Maybe that's why he said he was sorry. Because he knew how overwhelming it was going to be. Unbound suddenly walks over to one of the chairs in the room and gently moving the stuff Gil left for me and sits. Nick, I don't want to give you the wrong idea. For the first time, her cadence changes. She speaks kindly now, and even her expression softens. I will not sugarcoat it in an attempt to reassure you. That would be unfair to you and the Templar. This is going to be difficult, but with our guidance and support, you will be able to pull through. Do the best you can. And if I say no, you will go back to your old life with no regrets, I hope. I'm silent for a while longer, but a nervous chuckle finally escapes me. Sorry, I promise. I'm not usually this indecisive. Quite frankly, Nick, if you had jumped at the opportunity, I would be questioning your judgment. That you are weighing this as carefully, and as a sign that you're taking your situation seriously. Right. Then, would you mind if I take a little more time to think? Certainly. Let Gil know when you are ready to talk again. I'll do that. Thank you, Unbound. She pauses only briefly in the doorway before her cape swishes as she rounds the corner, and I'm left alone again. Doesn't take me long to decide that pacing around is doing less than nothing for me, though, even if I said I needed to think. There were two people who offered to talk about this. Maybe I should talk to one of them on the up on the offer, and there was one who didn't. But it could still be worth if I hear him out. I'm going to assume. I'm gonna put that here. Actually, wait. I can do that save. Wow. Don't look at these times or dates. Fuck you. Where we're talking to Superfang. That's just like he's the cutest of the three. Uh, he big. He's fit. He's enthusiastic. He makes me happy. It's still hard to believe Vince morally is actually Superfang. He was a pretty popular kid in school, but unlike some, he was also nice about it. He wasn't really a jock, though I think he played a bit of football. Actually, he was kind of a dork, really into theater. He played Romeo in senior year. I was one of the minor servant characters in that production. The memory brings a smile to my muzzle. It would be nice to catch up. Plus, he seemed to be the youngest one around here. I'd appreciate his perspective on this whole thing. Gil, is Superfang around? Superfang is not currently at headquarters. Mind letting me know if he comes? I'd like to chat. I will alert him of your desire to speak. There's not much to do for me but wait, I guess. Fortunately, my phone was fully charged when I found it last night. I check in with Lucas again. He asked about calling again, but I turned him down with the same excuse I gave last time. Telling him that I'm bored out of my mind and eager to get back to college seems to amuse him, and he doesn't question me much further. After exchanging several messages, I turned to browsing the internet. Still nothing on Templar or what happened at Magnolia Hills. I find some old videos of Templar fighting various supervillains. Some of those fights are absolutely brutal. It doesn't exactly fill me with confidence. This is the kind of stuff I should expect if I choose this path. I guess I'll get to fly, I guess. I stand up and stretch, then walk to the middle of the room, raising the arm with the bracelet. Now, how exactly do I summon the armor? I try concentrating. Nothing happens. I conjure the image of the glowing armor as I saw in my mind. Still nothing. Armor? Nope. Armor, please. Yet again, nope. I guess this is another question I'll need to ask. How exactly do I use this thing? After pacing around the room for a bit, I decide to lie back down on the bed, not bothering to undress and doze off. Sup, buddy? I'm jerked back in wakefulness by the sudden arrival of Superfang. He's standing in the doorway, holding a plastic bag.
Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up, but Gil said you wanted to chat.
Alright, it's alright, and yeah, I was hoping to. He's wearing his costume and mask again. I rub my eyes and chuckle at the sight. I've already seen your face, you know.
Oh yeah, I just didn't want to annoy the Baron again.
He steps into the room, then pauses and frowns as he looks around.
Yo, Gil, why haven't you moved Nick to Templar's quarters?
Baron in Black has not authorized me to do so, Superfang.
Aw, dang.
The tiger scratches his ear. It's fine. I shouldn't be here that long anyway, right?
Nah, this sucks. I tell you what, you can move to my room instead.
Can we sleep together? It's really not a big deal. Vince just grins again and gently, but firmly, starts pushing me out of the room. I manage to snatch the rest of my stuff from the table and chair as he does so. Do you come here often?
I do, actually. I just rarely sleep here.
Where is here exactly? He hesitates.
I don't know if I should tell you yet. I mean, I'd love to. I don't want to hide stuff or anything, since you're one of us now. It's just that Unbound and the Baron can be pretty strict with security.
Yeah, I get it. Don't worry about it. I was just wondering if you get the electricity bill here. Vince laughs.
I hope not, honestly. Honestly, though, I have no clue. I don't deal with logistics stuff. It's fairly well hidden, if that's what you mean.
We walk down a couple of narrow hallways, and then emerge on a catwalk that overlooks a large cavern. Once we're back in the corridors, Vince presses a panel on one of the walls, which reveals a hidden door.
Gil, go ahead and authorize Nick to access this place.
Done, Superfang.
Neat. Come on in.
Ooh, nice place. The room looks like what one might find in a fancy hotel. It's spacious, with a king-size bed that looks far comfier than the one I'd been sleeping on for the past couple days. There's a small wall display on the opposite side that is currently off. On the wall next to it, Vince hangs up a bunch of Superfang posters. It looks like stuff fans of the superhero might make and sell. Cute.
Make yourself comfortable.
I flop into an oversized armchair. It's warm and soft.
I got some spare clothes in here too, in case you need them. Might be a tad too big though.
Vince, it's fine. You don't have to offer anything. He waves a paw dismissively at me.
Oh yeah, I brought these.
He tosses me a plastic bag.
Figured you want some more fun than what Gil would be giving you.
I open the bag to fish out a plastic container with what looks like a gas station hot dog in them. I look up at him in confusion. Vince smiles, scratching his ear again.
You know, I remember you ate so much of this at a party one time.
Oh God. I didn't eat a whole bunch of hot dogs at that party because I liked them. I'm embarrassed he remembers this at all. I mean, it's nice of him, I guess. Just unfortunate. I conjure up my most appreciative grin anyway. Thanks, Vin. That should satisfy my cravings. His ears perk up at that.
I figured.
The tiger sits on the bed and stretches while I open one of the containers and put the hot dog in my mouth. Tastes like bad decisions. Gulping it down quickly, I put the rest aside. Anyway, I wanted to talk about all of this superhero stuff. Very eloquently put.
Shoot!
Now that we're having the conversation, I realize I don't know where I want to start. Probably should just get straight to the point. What do you think I should do? He tilts his head to the side.
I thought you already made up your mind.
Not really. I mean, I spoke with Unbound about it, but I told her I need more time to decide.
You should do it! There's no way Templar picked wrong.
I don't know. I would have no idea what I'm doing.
So what? Neither did I. When I first got my powers, I figured it out.
He does a fist pump.
And so will you! Besides, I'll be at your side. You'll be a pro at this, I just know it.
Standing up, he approaches me and puts both paws on the high armrest, standing over me as he continues grinning.
It's fun too, for the most part. Most importantly, we help people, yeah? The folks of Nova, heck, of the entire country, need us to be their protectors. They love Templar, and they'll love you.
I glance at the posters again. Superfang sure does have a lot of fans, and his enthusiasm is infectious. I smirk at him. Selling this pretty hard, eh? Eager to no longer be the youngest one on the team. His ears splay black at my teasing. He looks to the side, his expression suddenly somber. Shit, did I offend him? Just kidding, Vince.
Listen, I know I disappointed everyone. I messed up. Bad. I was too late to get there, and now Templar's dead.
His eyes snap back to me, his expression suddenly bright again.
But I won't let something like that happen to you.
The sudden lapse in his demeanor threw me for a loop. It wasn't your fault. It all happened so quick. He shakes his head.
What I'm saying is, I'm here for you.
Oh yeah, he shakes his head, okay.
I'm here for you, sure. It will take you some time, but you have the bracelet, so you're halfway there already. I can teach you the stuff you'll need to know, and, we'll get you in better shape. Not that you're in bad shape right now, of course. Just need a little muscle is all.
He sounds more and more excited with every word out of his muzzle. Oh, gonna be my gym coach too?
Heck yes!
We both laugh. The way the tiger leans over me, I can't help but stare at his chest. Saying, I catch a whiff of his cologne. Always with this shit. It's so. I mean, it's not like a. Oh man, the smell of his sweat. But it always is like. I mean, I get it. I get it. But some kind of tropical scent. A fruit, maybe. It's pleasant. I admire the view a little discreetly. His uniform does a great job of accentuating every curve of his muscles. The way his arms are left exposed, too, is really hot. I wish it went more up so I can, we can see his nice exposed shoulders, yeah. Now, I should probably be focusing on his words right now. His eyes are up. His eyes are up there, Nick.
So, what you say?
I scratch behind my ears, thinking. Having someone like Vince at my side would certainly make this easier. A part of me is still scared, but he seems so sure I can do this that I'm starting to believe it too. Alright then, with Superfang with me, it seems I have nothing to fear, do I? I'll do it!
Yes!
Vince slaps me on the shoulder, almost sending me to the floor. Ouch! Careful, I haven't done any training yet.
We'll get you there. Gil, call a meeting with the team. As you wish, Super Fang.
The tiger turns back to me.
We can get started on your training now, actually.
I glance at his muscled arms and gulp. Like, right now?
We have time to kill until the others get here. No.
I guess.
Come on, then.
He throws an arm around my shoulder and pushes me to the door. I'm still anxious about all this, but there's a great deal more excitement now, too.
Also, I wanted to say sorry for not remembering you yesterday, and called you scrawny.
You are forgiven. My voice is obviously teasing, but he gives me a sheepish smile anyway. I get a breather while the team assembles for another meeting about me. To my relief, I don't have to wait too long. Everyone is already in their seats. This time around, it's Mensis who isn't wearing the mask. Turns around, he's quite handsome. Corsac Fox? Okay. I don't know how that's really pronounced, but you all know by now. Vince gives me 2 thumbs up when I enter, while Mensis merely nods at me. The Baron and Unbound, as always, are hard to read. As you all know, Nick has decided to keep the bracelet. As such, he will assume the persona of Templar.
Why exactly? Shouldn't we call him Squire, or, stable boy, or something more appropriate to his station and experience?
I can't tell if Baron is merely mocking me, or if he's serious. Part of me wants to object to what Unbound said as well, even if I'm not about to suggest other demeaning aliases for myself. After all, I am decidedly not Templar, bracelet or not. This is a matter of practicality. It would be prudent for the Sentinels to keep the truth of Templar's demise a secret.
Really?
Mensis sits back in his chair, scratching his chin.
That makes sense. We wouldn't want to advertise that we've been weakened.
Precisely. Moreover, we have very few leads on the killer. The news that he failed in his attack on Templar may drive him out of hiding. Oh, I guess I'm going to be bait. At least I'll have a shiny new set of armor to protect me. I stifle my nervous laughter.
Shouldn't the people of Nova be allowed to mourn their fallen hero?
That's an uncomfortable silence. There's an uncomfortable silence. As much as I'd like for that to be the case, I do think that's not our best option right now. Baron huffs, but doesn't argue any further. So, I'm just supposed to pretend that I'm Templar? The actual Templar? For the moment, Nick, you're supposed to stay out of sight. Which brings us to our next topic. Nick, Templar, requires training. That's an understatement. I can't even summon the armor right now. I can't really fight, and I have no idea how to handle a weapon of any kind. Just thinking about flying with the armor gives me vertigo. In short, I'm a mess. It would be for the best if one of us took over said training, or more precisely, one of you 3. There are matters that demand far too much of my attention, and it's definitely not that this is a gay game, and we do not want to have a female route. Now, I look around the table nervously. Vince raises his hand, and as if he's sitting in class. It's kind of adorable.
I already promised Nick I'd help him. I can do it. Wouldn't it be better if we spread the duty around between all of us?
That would put undue stress on Nick. It is simpler it is simply easier to assign him a mentor. The Baron turns his mask to Vince.
All due respect. All due respect and all that, champ. But I think someone a little more experienced should handle the training. Mensis, since you have buddied up to the rookie, why not take him under your wing?
I don't. I feel like I'm just gave them the same voice, and I don't know how to fix that in my head. I don't know.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I'm surprised at the reluctance. Mensis seems like he would make an excellent mentor to me.
Hey, I may be the youngest, but that's a good thing, right? I went through the same thing as Nick not that long ago myself. I can help him.
I believe that Baron is right, Superfang. The mentor role is not to be taken lightly. Which is why I think you should do it, Baron. Wait, what? Is that really something I would want? You are the most experienced. Perhaps more importantly, you knew Templar best. Nick needs that.
As thrilling as wiping the snot off the rookie's nose would be, I'm sure. I have much better things to do with my time. Let one of the youngsters handle it. Mensis, stop being stubborn.
The fox crosses his arms and averts his gaze.
If I have to, I could. You don't have to. I'm telling you guys, I can train Nick. I've been in this for 4 years now. I'm not new.
I can tell that this argument might be becoming circular. Perhaps I should weigh in my options. Though I'm not even remotely sure myself. What they're saying all makes sense. I like Vince. He seems like a great guy, but he's obviously eager to help me. But he is only 2 years older, and even if he got his powers earlier than I did, a more experienced mentor might be better for me. Mensis had made it clear that he doesn't want to mentor me. To be honest, that hurt a little. I thought he liked me. He did say he's gonna do it if he needs to, but he is more experienced than Superfang while not being an asshole like Baron. Speaking of which, the Baron scares me a little. I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't actually hurt me, but he sure seems to dislike having me around. Would it really be a good idea to entrust myself into his paws? On the other paw, he is the most experienced of the three, and if he really was the close to Templar, it might be worth spending the time. The Sentinels keep talking over each other as I contemplate my options. Who should I go with? We're going with Superfang because he's cute.
You won't regret it, Nick.
I notice Unbound and Baron exchange pensive glances. I think it'll be just fine. I've seen enough of Superfang on the news to know he's a pro at what he's doing. I can obviously count on him.
Heck yeah, you can.
Very well. So be it, Nick. Rest assured that you are in good hands. But I will reiterate that for now, your task is to lay low until you get the hang of your newfound strength. Sure, yeah, I understand. I glance down at the bracelet. Is there anything I can do on my own, though? I don't really have a good grasp of my powers. I tried to summon the armor, but nothing happened.
Baron?
The Baron taps his fingers on the table.
Can't help there.
Yeah, I did just give them the same voice, didn't I? I think I'm trying, but it just sounds like angry Mensis. I don't know.
I can't help there. You'll have to figure that out on your own. As for what the bracelet can do, you have already seen most of it. The armor is,
Oh my god, excuse me.
extraordinarily resilient, and the mace is no joke either. You will be able to fly, although not indefinitely like some. Should the armor be damaged, the bracelet will repair them over some time. More importantly, it will also repair your body to an extent.
I frown at that, raising a hand to my chest.
Yes, you've probably noticed that you've recovered faster than you would have under normal circumstances. Now, before you do anything stupid with that information, know that it will not save you from mortal wounds. It merely accelerates what your body can do on its own.
I'll keep that in mind, thanks.
Just make sure no one can see you when you summon the armor. Actually, don't try unless one of us is around.
Well, I doubt I'll follow this last bit of advice, but I nod along anyway. With that settled, we have one more urgent matter to discuss, that being the identity of Templar's murderer.
Not that much. Not much to say there, unless one of you discovered something new. Nobody I've contacted has heard of a canine supervillain in black with shining green fists, including Greg.
Greg?
Who, by the way, has been riding my ass about the new Templar's identity.
You haven't told him yet.
Didn't we just talk about how we wouldn't?
Well,
that never stops you.
Unbound gives both a warning look, accompanied by a chagrined sigh. I suppose Gregory should be informed. He'll be impossible to avoid at the funeral.
If you say so.
I have no idea who this Greg person might be. Another superhero, probably? But something else catches my attention. When's the funeral?
Monday.
I feel a lump forming in my throat, but I continue talking anyway. I'd like to come.
Why? You didn't even know him.
Mensis ignores the Baron completely.
If you want to, Nick, I see no problem with that. I'm sure you want to pay your respects.
Yeah, thanks. I can tell the Baron is unhappy, but before he can argue, Unbound brings the conversation around to the previous topic. Regardless of the wolf's identity, what is curious to me is how Templar came across him. Why he didn't call for backup sooner? Vince shuffles uncomfortably in his chair, his ears splayed back. He mentioned blaming himself for being too late to help. I want to give him a pat on the arm, but maybe this isn't the best time.
As I told you, nothing on their recording from that day suggests anything was amiss until he had left the base.
Indeed, my own time going over them showed as much.
For all we know, Templar tried to stop him from some criminal activity, and it escalated from there.
Oh, excuse me. Damn. I believe that to be likely, but I could find no incident from that afternoon worth our attention.
So we have nothing, then?
So it appears. I don't have anything to offer to this discussion. The four of them have heard all I know, and I've described Templar's killer in such much detail as I could.
Either way, I'll talk to Greg again. I just hope I can keep the conversation with him brief. You know how he is.
Memphis chuckles.
We appreciate your sacrifice. You better.
For the first time since I've met them, they sound friendly with each other. Well, I guess they are teammates after all. Very well. Keep us updated, Baron. As for you, Nick, you should be good to return to your residence tomorrow. I perk up a little at hearing that. I won't deny that finding myself in the Sentinel's hideout has been thrilling in its own way, but I'm eager to return to my own bed. It's a pity I won't get to enjoy the benefit of Vince's hospitality for long. I mean... just ask to stay over more, right? Then again, I felt bad about forcing him out of his own room. I trust that you can keep everything that's happened secret. If you need to, we can discuss the specifics of that before you leave. I think I've got it covered, but can I run it by you if you'd like? But I can run it by you if you'd like. Unbound nods to that.
I can drive you to your college sometime in the afternoon. How does that sound?
Yeah, that'd be great. After I make sure it's actually safe.
You kids take care of that. You.
He points to me.
Come with me.
Where?
You'll see. It's just a small matter before you leave.
What's this about?
A precaution.
Mensis, gives him a long, tense look. Play nice.
Yeah.
Alright, Nick, you'll be fine. I get even more nervous at that, but I nod back at the fox, regardless before, following after Baron. To my surprise, the Baron, leads me straight to the med room. Actually, I think I'll, end the part here. So, I'll see you around, everyone!